Authorities in DeWitt County searching for two men accused of posing as Texas Rangers to rob an elderly man.
Victoria police report crooks broke into 23 vehicles since New Year's Day.
And the latest statistics on domestic violence as we get closer to next month's Super Bowl.
Another cool night expected tonight with clear skies. What about tomorrow? And when's the next rain chance? We'll find out coming up in my full forecast.
If you have a young girl athlete interested in playing softball, a free clinic is going on tomorrow. We have the details in sports.
You are watching 25 News Now at 10. Good evening and thank you for joining us for 25 News Now at 10. I'm Don Brubaker.
And I'm Karina Garcia.
Tuesday morning, Bay City Police received a report of a suspicious vehicle at 1212 Whitson Street at the former Lenny Roberts Elementary School. Bay City PD officers found the body of 25-year-old Jared Applin of Bay City inside the vehicle. Bay City Police say Applin appears to have been shot. An autopsy is underway.
The DeWitt County Sheriff's Office released sketches of two men accused of posing as Texas Rangers to rob an elderly man. The men are in their 40s. If you can help, call the Sheriff's Office at 361-275-5734.
The DPS released the name of a man killed in a crash in Goliad County Monday. Zachary Allen Wilkinson died at the scene. Authorities say he hit the back of a vehicle in tow. District 5 incumbent Victoria ISD board member Tammy Keeling will seek re-election in May. Keeling says it's an honor to serve the community. She was first elected to the board in 2005. Keeling believes education is an investment, not an expense. Election day is Saturday, May 6th. The Victoria Police Department reports there have been a total of 23 burglaries of motor vehicles reported in Victoria since New Year's Day. Victoria PD reports 19 of the burglarized vehicles were unlocked. That's 83% of this year's Victoria car burglaries. Victoria Police remind you to always remember to hide your valuables, lock your vehicle, and take your keys. The latest in the mass shooting spree on the West Coast. The gunman in the Half Moon Bay shooting was arraigned this afternoon on murder and attempted murder charges.
Plus new details in the random attack in Washington killing 3 people. There's renewed calls for gun control across the country after the latest mass shootings.
67-year-old Chun Li Jiao facing a judge on 7 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder, and charges of enhancing a firearm.
The one thing they can count on is that the San Mateo County District Attorney's Office will do everything in its power, working with the Sheriff's Office, to make sure that justice is done here and that the right outcome occurs.
The families of 7 innocent farm workers now grappling with their sudden loss. Police taking down the suspect hours after the massacre after they say he opened fire at 2 farms Monday in Half Moon Bay, California. Officials calling this a workplace violence incident.
This is not supposed to happen here. These are good people.
Meanwhile, in Yakima, Washington, 3 people killed Tuesday after a random attack at a convenience store. Officials say the shooter didn't buy anything or say a word before killing 2 customers and a man in his car at a gas pump. Authorities saying the suspected gunman later died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. All of this after 11 were killed during a Lunar New Year celebration at a dance hall in Monterey Park, California. A newly released Secret Service report showing a gun was used in nearly 3/4 of the mass attacks carried out in the U.S. from 2016 to 2020.
What the hell is wrong with us that we allow these weapons of war and large capacity clips out on the streets and sidewalks? Why have we allowed this culture, this pattern to continue?
The White House now renewing calls for gun control. Vice President Kamala Harris visiting with families of the victims in the Monterey Park shooting. Rena Roy, ABC News, Half Moon Bay, California.
There have been more than 30 mass shootings in the U.S. in 2023. That's more than the number of days so far this year. Which brings us to our viewer poll question. Scan that QR code right there on your screen to participate. Do you think Americans have become numb to mass shootings? Yes or no? Let's look at the numbers. 52% of you voting said yes. 48% of you voting said no. We thank you for voting. Remember to come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer polls.
Now, crews are working to assess damage in the southeast Texas after a tornado touched down Tuesday night. The National Weather Service said what was at least an EF3 tornado at maximum speeds of 140 miles an hour moved through Pasadena, Deer Park, Baytown, and parts of Houston. The storm left behind significant damage, including downed trees and power lines. During a news conference today, Deer Park Mayor Jerry Mouton said the city had casualties and no one was seriously hurt.
And we want to thank God that we had no serious injuries or casualties. Brief updates from the latest. We have CenterPoint is reporting that approximately 217,000 residential homes and properties the power's been restored. We still have approximately 16,000 without power. We've got a number of agencies in the area that are assessing damage to facilities throughout the area.
Multiple crews are assisting to clear debris and restore power to residents.
And with all that tornado, just some injuries, no casualties.
Right.
My goodness. Let's take a first look at your forecast with First Orange Storm Team meteorologist Trey Mining. Trey?
After yesterday's storms, it was good to see the sunshine today, and the cool temperatures also. 59 degrees was the daytime high today, low 37 degrees, which is below normal on both counts for our high and low. No rain in the rain bucket, so we'll keep it on the dry side again for your day tomorrow, more than likely on a Friday. By the weekend, things are changing. More moisture in the atmosphere, which will lead to rainfall chances around here. We still do need the rainfall, so we're welcoming that. And we'll take a look at the timeline on that, and also what's causing the rainfall chances this time, a little bit later on in my full forecast to come.
Trey, thank you. As of days of protest, State Representative District 18 Lois Kolkhorst is promising changes to a bill she filed with the state legislature. Now, the bill would bar citizens from China and 3 other countries from buying land in Texas. The Houston Chronicle says Senator Kolkhorst wants to ease concerns that the legislation is too broad, but she said she's still pressing ahead with the legislation. As we head towards Super Bowl weekend next month, many people are excited to get the watch parties going, but domestic violence goes up that weekend and is a major concern for law enforcement. A study published in 2011 found this rise in domestic violence took place during the end of the game, and the window expanded following disappointing outcomes for more important games like those against rival teams and playoff games.
Well, what we know is anytime that there's additional stress on a family, and a lot of times Super Bowl is stressful, you've got a lot of passion about a team or about a gathering, you're having friends and family over, and it just heightens the stress level and the tension, and very often it stresses the budget too, because anytime there's that kind of stressor on a family, it increases the likelihood of domestic violence.
Jenny Stafford says toxic couples will take out their frustrations on their partner during waves of high emotions, as seen during Super Bowl Sunday. If you or anyone you know needs help regarding domestic violence or sexual assault, call the 24/7 hotline at 1-800-57-303-68 or call 361-573-4357.
A Texas school safety report shows 95% of campuses did not allow access to an intruder. KXAN reports the Texas School Safety Center released its statewide intruder detection audits report Wednesday. September through December, security experts showed up unannounced at over 2,800 Texas schools to conduct random in-person intruder audits. The report shows 72% of the schools did not need any improvements.
Opening statements began today in the trial of Alex Murdaugh, a South Carolina lawyer accused of killing his wife and the youngest of his 2 sons in June 2021. Prosecutors are expected to paint a picture of Murdaugh as a man who killed his wife and son to buy time before other crimes were discovered. He is accused of 2 counts of murder and 2 counts of possessing a firearm during commission of a violent crime. If convicted, he could face the death penalty.
Listen to that gathering storm that all came to a head on June 7th, 2021, the day the evidence will show he killed Maggie and Paul. This has been a long, exhaustive investigation, and it's going to be a fairly long trial because it's complicated. It's a journey. There's a lot of aspects to this case. There's a lot of factors to this case. But like a lot of things that are complicated, when you start to put them all together, piece them together like a puzzle, all of a sudden the picture emerges and it's really simple.
Murdaugh is also facing prosecution on financial and drug-related crimes. Here are some of the top headlines you can read in this week's Port Lavaca Wave. Authorities discovered the remains of a body at Hog Bayou Saturday evening. Employees at Formosa Plastics raised $500,000 for the United Way of the Crossroads and the United Way of Calhoun County. And law enforcement officers made 23 arrests in January. You can read these stories and more at DeWitt County at theportlavacawave.com.
Stay with us. Coming up on 25 News now at 10. Benjamin Crump warns Florida's governor he could sue over his administration's decision to block an African-American AP course.
Also ahead, 2 young children were killed in a Massachusetts home and a baby was hospitalized Tuesday night.
We had lived there before and it didn't work out.
Another try at living with his mom and stepdad.
She was nice to you. She said, come back, move in with us.
Right.
But soon,
we had called the cops on them, actually.
Family togetherness failed.
She wanted to evict you, but it was going to take too long, so she got a restraining order against you instead.
It's just absolutely crazy, Your Honor.
Thank God.
Next, Judge Judy.
We're all new and all about the Benjamin.
Hey, Kelly, if you say so.
I do. It's Benjamin Bratt. Give it up, everybody. Plus, comedian Nikki Glazer. You just saw each other a few days ago, right?
Well, I saw him. I was at the Critics' Choice Awards, and you presented, but I don't know that you even knew I existed.
You recently were on The Masked Singer.
Yeah, I was. I actually sang Since You've Been Gone. My goal is to sound like you if you, got walking pneumonia.
It's been a great year at Bravo Nissan, but 2023 will be the best year yet. New cars, trucks, and SUVs are rolling in. Used car selection is up, and we support every effort to make the best culture around. And that means amazing savings every day. Like $5,000 in savings on a new 2023 Nissan Rogue. Save $5,000 and drive today with no down payment and no payments for 90 days. Who are we? Bravo!
Every day we help kids navigate the realities of the world and make healthy, lifelong choices. Kids learn about alcohol, tobacco, and drugs in lots of ways, often from friends and siblings. While kids may hear lots of harmful information, parents do play a huge role in helping them make the right decision. Talking to your child, sitting down to a family meal at night just to discuss how their day went, or encouraging extracurricular activities can make all the difference.
Navarro Small Animal Clinic provides exceptional veterinary care in the Crossroads with complete veterinary services for your pet's wellness, including ultrasound, digital x-rays, and in-house laboratory. Navarro Small Animal Clinic, serving Victoria and surrounding communities with comprehensive veterinary care. Our goal is to provide complete care for your pets. Dr. Shayna Boak and her staff at Navarro Small Animal Clinic welcomes your pets Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. at 5009 Country Club Drive.
2 young children were killed in a Massachusetts home and a baby was hospitalized Tuesday night. Authorities responded to a 911 call after 6 p.m. from a male resident who reported a woman had attempted suicide. A 5-year-old girl and a 3-year-old boy died after being taken to a hospital. An 8-month-old boy was lifted to a nearby hospital for treatment. The woman who attempted suicide was taken to a hospital for treatment. An investigation is underway. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump issued a warning to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis today in the fight to have AP African American Studies taught in the state. He is prepared to sue DeSantis over his administration's decision to block the AP course being taught in Florida high schools. DeSantis' administration rejected the AP's African American Studies program in a letter this month to the College Board.
Rejecting the African American History Pilot Program, Ron DeSantis has clearly demonstrated that he wants to dictate whose story does and doesn't belong. He wants to control what our kids can learn based on politics and not sound policy. He repeatedly attacks the First Amendment rights of Floridians, with books being banned from libraries and classrooms, and now throwing his weight against this AP African American history course. He is undermining the rights of parents and students to make the best decisions for themselves.
The Florida governor argued the course was a Trojan horse for indoctrinating students with left-wing ideology under the guise of teaching about the Black experience and African American history. A documentary about the Uvalde school shooting is opening in theaters statewide next month. But maybe not in Uvalde. The San Antonio Express News reports family members of the victims who were interviewed by the filmmaker Charlie Mintz say they now regret it. They suspect the final product plays up the violence of their children's deaths, not the beauty of their young lives. Mintz says he is surprised and angered by the reaction.
It's the middle of the night and you've come to the emergency room seeking help. But depending on wait times, many people will leave the ER before being evaluated.
Emergency rooms notorious for long wait times. Research from the Journal of the American Medical Association shows there has been an increase in people leaving the emergency room before being evaluated by medical staff, from about 4% of people leaving in 2020 to 10% in 2021. Another study looked into the length of wait times in the emergency room, particularly at those people who were admitted and waiting in the ER to go to the hospital floor. This research found an association between how full the hospital was and how long people waited for hospital beds. When hospital occupancy rates reached 85% or more, wait times exceed 4 hours 90% of the time. The average emergency room wait time overall was 2 hours. The Joint Commission, an organization that focuses on patient safety, says that waiting more than 4 hours for a hospital bed is a significant risk for patient safety. But the emergency room is the place to go for expedited care for emergencies. With this Medical Minute, I'm Justin Finch, ABC News.
Gas prices on the rise again. AAA Texas reports the average gas price in Victoria County is $3.09 per gallon. That is 14 cents higher than a week ago and 54 cents higher than a month ago. AAA reports the increase in gasoline demand and slightly more expensive oil has pushed the average for a gallon of gas higher.
Here are some of the top headlines you can read in this week's Cuero Record. A suspect was fatally shot after firing his weapon at officers during a foot chase. 4 people were killed in a fatal plane crash in Yoakum. The 5th victim survived. And Stephen Ellis was announced as Cuero's new chief of police. You can read these stories and more at DeWittCountyToday.com.
We had good rains yesterday with the storms, no rain today. When is the next rain chance? We'll take a look at that coming up in your full weather coming up right after the break.
A flâneur it's a French word for someone who likes to just roam.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Oh,
I wander.
Oh, you do? Right, you just have time to just look around.
I've got to do it without a credit card, though.
Next live, Hillary Duff, plus a wallet makeover in the best me in 23.
When I wander with a credit card,
Then it causes some anxiety somewhere for somebody.
it just quickly becomes a shopping trip.
Stephen A. Smith compared Rihanna to Beyonce. I was even saying with my eyes, Stephen, don't go there. Thursday, Simone Sanders Townsend.
Texas Glass and Tinning, your local experts in auto glass replacements, is now offering recalibrations for your windshield replacements to get you back on the road safely. Texas Glass and Tinning has master auto technicians with over 20 years experience offering you prompt and exceptional service, insured, and servicing the Golden Crescent and surrounding areas.
If it's glass, it's Texas Glass. Texas Glass and Tinting.
Women say when they hit a certain number, they feel invisible. You notice something around 45.
It's literally like a cloak of invisibility that comes over you when you're a middle-aged woman.
You say the pandemic forced you into embracing your gray hair.
Yes. And how beautiful are you?
You compliment her for being beautiful, but then you say, well, it shouldn't be about beauty. New Dr. Phil.
Weather in the Crossroads can be disruptive, like the big flood, Hurricane Harvey, and the Arctic blast.
Conditions can change in an instant, which is why we're committed to keeping you and your family safe.
Warning you in advance with weather alert days, on air, online, and on our Crossroads Today mobile app.
From Victoria to Cuero and Port Lavaca, the 25 News Now First Warn Storm Team helps you plan your day every day.
Hey, good evening, meteorologist Trey Mining here. It was a gorgeous day today with beautiful sunny skies, not a cloud in the sky. Chilly temperatures though, and that's going to continue for the time being. We're at 47 degrees and be in the low 40s by 4 a.m. Even some 30s right along the I-10 corridor from Yoakum area toward Gonzales and Hallettsville. And then 44 degrees lasting through your 10 a.m. hour, so it's a bit chilly for your day tomorrow. Highs only in the upper 50s at best, with sunny skies again for your Thursday. And pretty much a repeat for your Friday, except we'll see increasing clouds late in the day on Friday, signaling a change in our atmosphere, which will include some rain chances. And this is always a good idea to look at this model here. It kind of gives you an indication where we are normally for our temperatures. And by the 11 p.m. hour, we'll be at 6 degrees under normal, and keeping that under normal going for the rest of the time period. A little bit warmer for Saturday as the moisture increases. And then the front will be moving through by next week, giving us below normal temperatures at that time, and better rain chances that will extend on into next week. High pressure dominating our weather here, keeping it pretty nice. All the storms are away from us. The storm from yesterday is way off the East Coast.
Don, so you had some stats about those tornadoes in Pasadena, right?
Right, we got some new information from ABC 13 in Houston tonight. According to CenterPoint Energy's tracker, still about 10,000 customers as of 9 o'clock tonight, no power, in Pasadena and Deer Park. Over 217,000 customers have had their power restored just in the last 24 hours, according to CenterPoint. And they also said their transmission feed was damaged. AT&T crews brought in a temporary cell tower to replace the one that was destroyed.
And when you say no power, does that also mean water as well?
No, the water is okay. It's
good.
just power like electricity. And
Lights
then
down.
also CenterPoint right now has over 300 trucks in Pasadena and Deer Park working to restore power. Once again, as we reported earlier tonight, there's an EF3 tornado that hit Deer Park and Pasadena yesterday, up to 140 miles an hour. Let's go back to Trey.
East Coast, but we're looking toward the southwest for our next weather maker here. We have moisture coming in by Friday with increasing cloud cover coming in from the south. This will moisten our atmosphere and set the stage for this system here in the in areas near Baja California. They get closer to us and give us some rain chances beginning on Saturday and Sunday. And then we have a series of fronts coming down Monday. We have a weaker front. Then looks like about Wednesday another stronger front will cool us down even more. But those fronts coming down in conjunction with the moisture we'll have already in place will give us some good rain chances beginning over the weekend. Tonight though, no worries, clear skies, northerly winds coming out from the north. And they'll begin to settle down a little bit more as they work throughout the night tonight with clear skies in place, low humidity, temperatures falling into the 30s as we go through the rest of the night tonight, as you know, kind of like we did yesterday, and then warm up to about 59, 60 degrees for day tomorrow. Here comes the clouds coming in for Friday in advance of that next system I showed you coming in from Mexico. So this evening, nice and clear on the chilly side, 50s for the rest of the evening and falling pretty rapidly after about 9 or 10 o'clock, 35 degrees in the overnight tonight. That should be the low in Victoria. North of about Cuero or so, we could see 32 or a little bit below that, so keep that in mind, especially in those areas. Clear skies and cold. Highs tomorrow, 58 degrees. Another sunny day, maybe a few high clouds in the atmosphere. Sunny skies, of course. The extended forecast for us. Put up temperatures near 60 degrees for Thursday and Friday, no rain. And by the weekend, increasing temperatures, more moisture, and rain chances begin and stay around a while through the first part of next week, through the upper low over the weekends. And then we'll see a front coming down on your Monday, cool us down a little bit. A stronger front on Wednesday will also cool us down even more. Probably 50s for highs again by Wednesday and Thursday of next week with rain chances continuing. So, well, a little bit of roller coaster temperatures toward the weekend and the first part of next week. But for the meantime, near 60 degrees for the high, sunny skies, not too bad conditions. Get out and enjoy it because the summer is not that far away, so let's enjoy the cool air while we have it. And keep in mind rain chances for the weekend. Now take a look at this right here. This is the QR code. What you need to do is grab your smartphone, scan the code right there on your screen. That'll take you to a web page. You can download the Crossroads Today app and also sign up for email alerts. News, weather, and sports at your fingertips. Very easy, convenient, handy to have, of course, and it's free of charge.
The Victoria College Pirates and Coastal Bend College Cougars went at it tonight and they had some special faces in the stands. That's coming up after the break.
We had lived there before and it didn't work out.
Another try at living with his mom and stepdad.
She was nice to you. She said, come back, move in with us.
Right.
But soon,
we had called the cops on them, actually.
Family togetherness failed.
She wanted to evict you, but it was going to take too long, so she got a restraining order against you instead.
It's just absolutely crazy, Your Honor.
Thank God.
Next, Judge Judy.
Get 12 grand off new Ram today at Victoria Dodge Jeep Ram. 12 grand off. And if that's not good enough, get low 2.9% financing for 6 years on new Ram trucks. And if that's still not good enough, get low 1.9% financing for 72 months on 2023 Grand Cherokees. It's the new year, new ride sale going on at Victoria Dodge with 12 grand off Rams and 10 grand off Dodge Durangos. We're making it happen today at Victoria Dodge, victoriadodge.com.
A change of color, a change of mood. At Lax Furniture, we think change is good. If your home needs a change, now's the time to get to Lax Furniture. Through Monday, save on a huge selection of furniture. Comfy living rooms, gorgeous dining rooms, beautiful bedrooms, home office spaces, and more. And Lax always gives you easy credit options. See it, love it, make the change. Through Monday at Lax Furniture.
At Venturas Tamales, we wake up early every morning to bring you fresh quality artisan food made with the same touch as your grandmother would at home. From corn to masa, masa to tamale, then steamer to plate, we utilize the freshest ingredients to ensure flavor with every bite. So what are you waiting for? Dine in, drive-thru, pick up, or curbside. Artisan quality tamales at Venturas Tamales in Victoria. View our menu online at venturastamales.com. Unwrap the flavor.
Howdy Crossroads. Victoria College and Coastal Bend College went at it tonight in front of some athletes who want to play at the next level. Victoria East, West, and Edna basketball players were in attendance to see the two rivals play. There were some highlights tonight, including this ankle breaker that got the high schoolers and the rest of the crowd hyped. Unfortunately, he could not capitalize. The Cougars had a good grip on the game throughout and eventually went on to win 86-68. VC drops to 3-19 on the year and 2-9 in conference, and Coastal Bend improves to 14-7 and 7-3 in conference. Attention families with young girls interested in playing softball in the spring. A local nonprofit is hosting a free softball clinic tomorrow, and you can still sign up to be a part of the league. At the Victoria Youth Sports Complex, coaches, volunteers, and athletes from local softball teams, including the UHV Jaguars, St. Joseph Flyers, Victoria East Titans, and Prodigy Softball, will be there to help. The girls will be learning the fundamentals of softball, including batting, fielding, base running, and the rules of the sport. The South Texas Softball League will also have sign-ups to compete in the league this spring. The cost to sign up is $135 for early registration, which ends tomorrow, and $160 for late registration. The last day to sign up is February 4th, and if you would like more information, call the president of the league, Juan Casas, at 361-894-4444. And it was part two of the Victoria East Titans and the West Warriors last night on the hardwood. The Warriors got off to a hot start, but the East Titans would prove to be too much. The Titans took the lead heading into half, and although it was a good game throughout, the Warriors could not get revenge on their crosstown rivals. Final score would be 70-59. The Titans had 10 athletes score at least 1 point on the stat sheet. West's Jackson Hodge scored 16 points in the loss. The East Lady Titans also won, but in a more dominating fashion. The East Titans outscored the Lady Warriors by 3 times the total scored by the end for West. Final score 78-25. Sanaya Randall of East led with 15 points, and 4 other Titans scored in the double digits as well. The 2 leading scorers for West were Charlie Scott and Leilani Lee Green. Both scored 9 points. The United States can boast a new world record holder for women's skiing. 2-time Olympic gold medalist Michaela Schifrin won her 83rd World Cup race. Now she has the most wins, 83, surpassing fellow American Lindsey Vonn. Schifrin secured the title by finishing first in the slalom in Italy. She also just 3 wins away from tying the overall record World Cup wins by Sweden's skier with 86 wins. The official match ball of the 2023 FIFA World Cup is coming in hot. The ball was shown off in spectacular fashion, traveling over the iconic Sydney skyline by helicopter before arriving at Marks Park overlooking Bondi Beach. The ball, called Oceanus, features the same connected ball technology seen in Qatar at the FIFA World Cup in 2022. This provides precise ball data, which will be made available to match officials this year. Well, that's your sports, Don and Karina. Back to you.
Thanks, Gino. Stay with us. Coming up next on 25 News Now at 10. We'll take a last look at your weather. Plus, firefighters rescue a puppy who got stuck inside a reclining couch. Look at
Texas? Now's the time to gear up and save on a new Ford SUV. Get great deals on our most capable lineup with a great in-stock selection to choose from, like the spacious and tech-savvy Ford Expedition or Ford Explorer and Bronco Sport. Ford SUVs, #1 in brand loyalty.
Now lease a new 2022 Ford Escape for just $358 a month for 36 months. Visit your Texas Ford dealer today.
Ford is the best in Texas.
Stay up to date with what's happening in the Crossroads by downloading the Crossroads Today mobile app. You'll get instant alerts to your phone or tablet the minute breaking news or weather happens. Only the free Crossroads Today mobile app features weather updates for local sports. The Crossroads Today app gives you the ability to stream our daily newscasts when you're on the go and share pictures or tips straight to our newsroom and so much more. Brought to you locally by Prosperity Bank with 12 locations serving the Crossroads area.
And live from Victoria, it's Kevin Nealon. The VISD Education Foundation proudly presents Saturday Night Live alum Kevin Nealon live in Victoria, Saturday, February 11th. You have seen him in The Wedding Singer, Happy Gilmore, Anger Management, and so much more. Purchase your tickets today and come laugh the night away with comedian and actor Kevin Nealon at the Victoria Fine Arts Center. Suitable for audiences 14 and up, with proceeds going to Grants for Great Ideas and the Dual Credit Scholarships. Sponsored in part by the Victoria Television Group.
For cheese lovers, the website Sleep Junkie is looking for 5 people to test the theory that eating cheese before going to sleep gives you nightmares. The requirements are to eat cheese every night at the same time before going to sleep and keep a journal about your sleeping progress. Applicants must be at least 21 years old, have a device that tracks sleep, and be able to sleep alone during the trial. After 3 months, applicants will be paid $1,000. Such a cheesy story that was.
I'm just still fascinated. Cheese, nightmares? Where's the correlation there?
I don't understand. Maybe that theory about cheese has some holes in it. I don't know. Hey, Trey, will tomorrow's weather be Gouda?
After our cold morning coming up for tomorrow morning with lows in the 30s, we rise up to near 60 degrees for Thursday and Friday with a scattered cloud cover here and there. And we'll become more cloudy by the Friday evening time frame. In advance of rain chances coming in, warmer for the weekend. And a cold front coming down on Wednesday to cool us down a little bit more at that time. So enjoy the day tomorrow with the cool temperatures and low humidity. Grab your umbrella for the weekend and keep it around through the first part of next week. Make it a great night tonight.
Thanks, Trey. A 9-week-old dog's family called for help after she couldn't get out from under a reclining couch. One of the interior bars was choking her. When firefighters arrived, they realized the only safe way to get Nina out was to take the couch apart. A rescuer took on the challenge and successfully dismembered the couch enough to get the blue-nosed pit bull pup out safely.
I just kind of comforted the little puppy, told her she was a good girl and gave her some scratches. And this guy right here, he pretty much took apart the couch, disassembled it, and once the puppy was out, thousands of puppy kisses.
He even stayed after to put the couch back together, but not before he got some well-deserved puppy kisses by that little guy right there.
Doggone good story. That's right.
Don, well, thank you for joining us for 25 News Now at 10. Remember, we're streaming 24/7 on Crossroads Today Plus.
Join Carolina Estrain and meteorologist Trey Mining for 25 News Now. Sunrise tomorrow starting at 5 a.m. Good night, everybody.